In OT65, Microsoft take care of your replication, but they don't backup your data. For those who migrate their Exchange on-prem to Exchange Online, right, before, remember back when you were patching those Exchange on-prem, did you backup your Exchange server? Of course you did, right? Those same core data protection principles still apply in Exchange Online. All right. So with a Vim backup for Microsoft Office 365, you can mitigate the risk of losing access to your Office 365 data. As you store backup well anywhere you want in the on-prem or in the cloud like Azure or AWS, right? It will giving you a peace of mind that critical application like Exchange, SharePoint, OneDrive, and Microsoft Teams that is all protected and easily restored. Now, over 100,000 of organizations have made the right choice to protect their data with a Vim backup. Will you be the next? All right, without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker here, Valerie. Thank you.
Thank you for the very good intro, Shah. Yeah, you kickstart a very good session here. So, like what Shah had said, I want to re-emphasize by based on the market survey done by IDC. All right, as you know, IDC they did all the survey regarding the software and application. So they actually did mention that ultimately responsibility of data protection lies with you, the data owner. All right, and adopting O365 without any enterprise grade backup is actually a risky strategy. So let's move on. Okay, out of Vim survey they done to all the customer, they found out that their organization primary protection strategy are left unprotected. 76% of their businesses are left unprotected because look at they do not even have a backup for Office 365 data. So 57 of them responded, and this is actually a very glaring percentage. So next. So and then according to Kaspersky survey, that mostly cyber attacks often target Microsoft Office because these are the most widely used application. And well, I think most of you are actually using Microsoft Office, right? Okay. So that also show that you are part of this 72%. Okay, next. Basically, a lot of you will say that why do I need a backup? Because Microsoft take care of it. So this is actually a perception that Microsoft takes care of everything. I just want to need to draw you an analogy that many of you might have a property, or some of you will perceive that okay, I will purchase a condo unit, whereby it comes with parking, security, everything, right? But mind you, I do understand that even though you are staying in a condo, you also put in the grill, the camera, and things like that, and you will actually purchase insurance to cover your content inside your condo, right? So it is the same analogy that I want to draw out that Microsoft can provide you actually is on the infrastructure itself. Okay. So Microsoft does not take care of everything. They actually provide you a infrastructure layer, and customer actually needs to take care of the remaining data. So please draw the analogy that I just draw to you is the condo unit that you have. They provide you security guard 24/7. You have an auto card to go in, but there are certain gap that you need to fill in as well. Same concept that Microsoft can give you all the infra, but you are the one who have to see the gap and to see how you safeguard your content. All right. So I just want to come here, the Office 365 share responsibility model, just to draw for you an awareness here that Microsoft primary responsibility is the infrastructure, the uptime, the replication of Office 365. Next is they are going to support you in terms of replication, DC to DC geo redundancy. Yes, they do, right? And then also they do have a recycle bin or a retention policy, right? But the retention policy is only for a short while because they do not intend to retain your data for a long time because they are not, data is not their concern, right? So, and then they actually provide you all the physical security of the DC that they have and the data level, all right? Accidental deletion and all that. And the next, they also provide you with all the compliances. Okay, CK, the next, yeah. They also provide you with all the compliances, HIPAA, Oxley and all that. But your responsibility is actually, you need to make sure that you have access and control of your data residing in Office 365, and you need to decide where do you keep a copy of the data. Is it on-prem, hybrid, or cloud, or even to also decide whether it's a short-term and long-term retention filing or any policy or any compliances. If you are probably a bank or a government, you will need to comply with certain regulation, right? Your local regulation. So for data owner, you need to answerable to corporate and industry regulation here in the local side, right? And uh, your data level of deletion, all right? You may want to make sure that you have maybe more than 90 days because Microsoft only provide a retention policy of 90 days. After that, it is your responsibility to fill the gap. So now that you see that actually it is a shared responsibility model, it is not entirely pushed to Microsoft. Just like the analogy of the condo, you still need to make sure that your condo unit is being grilled. You need to put in the camera. You need to make sure your jewelry is not stated in there. In the unit, you may want to put it in the bank. So these are all the responsibility that we need to understand. Okay. Next. So there are actually 6 reasons why you need an Office 365 backup. First and foremost is an accidental deletion. I think most of us happen to us in our life as a user of Microsoft application. I myself also have made a mistake by deleting my emails, right? Or deleting some files. Sometimes we didn't know that when we scroll down the emails that we accidentally press the delete buttons instead of the down button, right? So when it deleted, how, yeah, you can say that, well, you can actually undo it, but sometimes when it undo, you don't know where the email is, right? So you will have spend a lot of time searching for the emails, and um, actually when you do a deletion in Office 365, it's actually replicate to the other side as well. So when you delete, is also replicate deletion in the other geolocation or whatsoever. So so you don't think that, hey, actually I delete, I can still recover from Microsoft. But once you deleted it already, it happens, right? It replicate throughout as well, your action. All right. So I think accidental deletion is actually the most common mistake that we have made, and most common reason why we need to have a backup retention policy. Okay. So the next one is a retention policy confuse or gaps, because Microsoft only give you 90 days. So you may confuse that Microsoft can extend further than 90 days. But your own local retention policy may be more than 90 days, maybe 180 days or even 7 years, right? But you don't have it with Microsoft 365. So you need to have an additional layer of a backup solution. Then the third one is like what Kapasky survey has said, most of hackers aiming the Microsoft Office application. So there is an malicious ransomware and security threats from outsider, right? That attacks your Office 365 application. And another one is your own internal security threat as well, as you might have a malicious insider that employees or employee who decided to leave the company, they also might want to do something malicious to the company data. So these are the things that you cannot control because Microsoft Office application cannot control who actually have a malicious intention to delete, right? So then the next reason is that the legal and compliance requirement. Usually our Malaysia, we have a compliance of seven years for FSI, oil and gas, or even government. So how do we cater to this kind of compliances or audit, when it comes, because Office 365 doesn't comes with it. Okay. And then how about managing hybrid deployments and migrations? So if you have on-premise, you have cloud, uh, you have a different location, how do you actually back up your data? Okay, next. So out of the six reason that I just share, so how often? So most of the error comes with the first one, accidental deletion. It's cover about 37% of user accidentally delete their email, their files, right? And out of 20%, right, they actually um, don't use anything to back up. So that's why um, so it's actually backup your data is very important because these are the forms of data loss that you experience. So I just want to share with you on the retention policy on Microsoft, what exactly Microsoft backup. So as you see later, then I will compare it with Vim. Here in the inbox, they only give up to 2 years, okay, retention policy of your email, right? So let's say if a person left the company and then you will counter uh, on my statement and say that, well, we can have the retention policy, for the email. So anybody that maliciously delete, I can have an in place hold, that I can retrieve back the email. But I can tell you is that in place hold, you have to subscribe an additional office office uh, bundle. All right, it's only available more advanced level. So if you are subscribing Microsoft Business Basic, it doesn't come with the in-place hold or security features. And then it only covers the email only. How about your SharePoint? How about your files? How about your OneDrive? How about your Teams, right? So that does not cover. It only covers the email only. So you are paying for something that only have the coverage is not entirely entirely solution. It's only cover a bit of the solution. So then the deleted item in the recycle bin actually covers you for 1 month, and then automatically it will be permanently deleted. All right. So any deleted SharePoint online sites or items or OneDrive, it actually covers you up to 3 months. Then it will auto delete permanently. So if you do not know about the retention policy, then by default, once you delete it, it will be permanently deleted out from your system. So even employee leaves the company, sometimes you may want to say that, okay, I reassign the license. So once you reassign the license, the data from this particular user will also be deleted unless you actually put it in somewhere whereby you can retrieve it. But this data will be also permanently deleted after 1 month after it left, right? Okay, next. So usually, when you always according to WIM survey, an average length of time from a data compromise or when they discover that they deleted or they employee leave is usually about 140 days. Sometimes time passes by very fast when somebody deleted an item from email or files, and they didn't even realize. Then they find out that it is too late already because average discovery is about 140 days. So usually, by default, our Microsoft provide the retention policy is already surpassed that 140 days already is a permanently deletion already. So before you can take into action, the data cannot be recovered anymore. However, if you actually put into Vim backup solution, the all the things the gap, Siki, can you? Okay. So when you actually put in Vim solution, Vim allows you to simply fill in all the gaps because Vim provides you options for putting in your own retention policy. Let you put in how do you actually back up your data. You can also set timing. So there's so many things that you actually can self put in your particular organization compliances, right? So you can actually put in to fill all the gaps. So Vim Backup for Microsoft Office 365 actually allows you to back up your business critical data with only one user license. So it covers Exchange, SharePoint, OneDrive, and Teams as well. You only just require to purchase the license, and the setup is done very easily, right? So without further ado, I actually will pass you to CK, and CK will actually able to share with you on the technical side, on the features, and he will also do a quick demo on how is it you delete the data and retrieve it back. Okay, CK, I pass to you.
Thanks, Valerie.
Yep.
Thanks, Shah, for this good introduction. So I will continue from here, right? So I'm CK. First of all, right, I mean, if you see from this side, I get this especially let me open my laser pointer. So you will see that this with Microsoft that this code, right, actually I get from Microsoft website. If you found it, actually, I think maybe they haven't deleted yet on this slide. So in here, right, I mean Microsoft with Office 365 page, right, it will say that it's your data, you control it, and your responsibility to actually to protect it, right? So Microsoft actually just now very share with you, right, all the good features. I know that Office 365 come with it, they come with the in-place and all this, right? But most of people don't know that if I want to log, I mean I can do something like, oh, I want to do license and put into it for 7 years. So you need to pay for a license for 7 years for the user already resign, right? So it's a bit weird for you to do that way. A lot of people are not aware of it. I mean, they think that, I mean, my data, I mean, I need to fulfill my policy, then I have a lot of things different. And some people are looking like, oh, yeah, I'm a dato, right? Suddenly I deleted something. Then I found that, hey, IT guy, can you help me to retrieve it or not? Then they tell you that, oh, I deleted about like half year ago. Then how you want to do about it? Yeah, it's actually more than half year already, right? The policy are not there anymore. All these use case, right? We've been through a lot of customer, they already know about it, and they found it is you can't retrieve back. If you ask Microsoft to retrieve back, they are not in the SLA. They will tell you that yeah, we will try the best to restore it, but maybe they can't help you at all and all this. Yeah. So it's actually really your responsibility. Like even like hybrid model, I go through a lot of customer. The hybrid model, they tell me that I have a cloud version, I have my on-premise version. So how should I back up multiple of this one? How should I do it? Yeah, on-premise I can get another backup solution, and the cloud I can get another backup solution. That will be weird, right? So Vim can do both lah. So you can do on-premise exchange also can, cloud exchange. I mean cloud exchange also can. Yeah. So what we can do, right, is protect all your Office 365 data, right? What we have is this only the services that we give to you, the software they give to you, right? You can actually seek your data, right? Especially some of the policy that we go through with some customer that they told me that I need to have data, backup into my premise. So I need at least one copy in Malaysia, yeah, not in the cloud, right? So I want to in my office also. So, or maybe a data center. So in this backup solution, right, they not really that only want to go for like on the cloud or all this. I know there are a lot of backup soft solution out there, right? It's only using the backup solution, right? Is over there, right? You will see that only cloud to cloud most of the time. So you can't really have a lot of option in the market, right? I mean, if I want to back up my Office 365 and some people are backing up my solution, I back it to somewhere cloud. I don't know. I don't have the control of my backup data at all. Yeah, I don't have any of the option for me to check where is my data I want to put in the certain location, maybe my NAS, my Synology, right? But in Office, right, give you the option, right, the flexibility to move to either Azure, AWS, or even your on-premise Synology. Yeah, all you need just only that you prepare all the infrastructure and all this, right, and easy for you to use. Then they actually fulfill your policy lah if you want to go all the way to the on-premise solution. Yeah. So yeah, it's cover all these your retention policy and all this. You can set your policy for 7 year, 8 year, 9 year, 10 year, 12 year, yeah, even 99 year, up to you. Yeah. So like quick, one of the good thing in the industry, right, and Win come up with a very, very fast performance. Yeah. I think previous version they come with very good performance already. When the backup like one mil box, I think that should be take about like less than 10 minutes or 1 minute, some different size of it. Then when the restore file is very fast. Later I show you that even I deleted something, my file in the demo, I deleted some file and I want to restore it. It's actually take like less than minute that actually restore the file already. Yeah. So one of the extra features I really give to you is a called e-discovery. Okay, if you want to like e-discovery for my M365, right, they give you a bit of extra cost. You need to back in the add-on and all this, right? I want to search my email in certain keyword. Yeah, when I want to restore, after I deleted something, I want to restore the keyword. So Vim come up with all these features. You can search your backup data with certain keyword. Yeah, let's say like I want to like annual report. I deleted my annual report, right? I want to restore my annual report. You search for the annual report that come up with the name and all these which one that you want to restore and belong to who. Yeah, or maybe belong to one certain HR or maybe the finance department. Yeah. So this is the one that there are a lot of good features in Office 365 backup. So they have actually the new version come out already, but let's very confident. I mean, if some of you know about Office 365 and some of you don't know about Office 365 backup, right, from Vim. So actually it started quite years ago, so right, the version 1 come out is like very simple. They only back up the Exchange and come up with the e-discovery and all this all being there in the market, and people are demanding more and more. They're very fast. They come out another years. They come out in 1.5 version, right? They input all the like multi-responsibility. They have a lot of hybrid version that come out. You can go for like different. You can go for cloud and go for different way. I mean, to deploy this Vim for Office 365. The version 2 come out is really a lot of people are adopting, right? Because of they not only backup the Exchange. So in version 2 come out, they backup OneDrive already. They backup SharePoint already. Yeah. So people are asking more. Asking that I want to backup not only email. Yeah. We're talking about like a lot of things. Like nowadays, people are talking about Teams also, right? In the latest 4 version, they even can back up your Teams. Yeah, there are a lot of things that come out. Yeah, so this is what they keep on innovate and come out a lot with more to serve their customer. They are not like sitting there to doing what's the Vim like doing nothing, right? So it's always like keep on improve and improve. In the version 3 last year they come out, right, is really impressed me, right? The backup file is really fast. Yeah, last time we're talking like very slow, and the backup is, let's say I got 50 gig or every user, is really a long time to back up all this. But now, right, backup, when I try the backup in the new version, in version 3, they really help me a lot on the fast speed. Yeah, they also increase the security pieces. Yeah, They increase as all these API graph and all this. They come out a lot of enhanced, because Microsoft enhanced their Azure AD security. Yeah, people log in with my MFA and all this, right? Can I log in with my MFA with my using my Vim, also can using my Azure AD password? Yes, it's actually integrated with that. Yeah. So they also come up with some report. You want to see who are backup successful, who becomes not successful, who are restoring what file. They actually have a report over there in version 3. But what in version 4? I mean, I know that version 3 is very good already. A lot of things come out. I mean, something very impressive already. But what really the version 4 come out, right? People are looking at this one. Yeah, this is a very good things that if you know about cloud, right? They have something called object storage. Yeah. So in all this object storage, it actually is not really like your normal NAS or normal like SAN and all this. So object storage is really like metadata only. So it's only go through a HTTP version. So it's actually that if like you will know that when I think you'll hear about it, right? AWS S3, then Azure block, right? All this, right, is a very low cost and high performance and high durability storage, yeah, for web-based. But normal like your SMB protocol, your network file sharing, your map drive, you cannot use this one. But Vim, very good. They put in this API into their solution. So you can actually let's say that I want to back up my Office 365. I talk about like I got 1,000 of user, I got 10,000 of user, right? If let's say I got 1,000 of user, right, about like 50 gig. If for your on premise, you want to have 50 TB of storage, it's not that easy. Or 5 TB of storage, it's not that cheap. Yeah, for your SAN, for your NAS. So what you can do in cloud, right? You can use this so-called very low cost and durable storage, right? Object storage. You can always unlimited storage. The maximum for Azure is talk about like 20 petabyte. Yeah, and the storage is very cheap. If you go for Azure.com, you can see for the Azure block storage, right? Especially the cold block, is really cheap. It's not even 1 cent in ringgit, yeah, per GB. Yeah. So you will see that all the supporting Microsoft Wing come up with all these innovative way to serve their customer, and all this keep on innovating. Yeah. So they also add one more special security. I know that Office 365 the Office 365 Azure, or maybe like AWS S3 storage, right? They are very good in doing their security already for like the storage. They put in the encryption by default. They put in everything that are secure for you for storage. But let's say the customer are looking at, I want something that more, another layer of security. Yeah, I want to encrypt with my own key and on password. Can be done or not? Yes. So before they store into the Azure storage, right, you can add in another encryption layer into the storage. Yep. So this is what is the Vim commit to the customer, always increase, always innovate. Yeah, for especially the security part. And last time that we talked about like V3, they come out with the very fast 30x backup, faster and all this, right? So now they're not even the for Exchange, and now they come up with all the backup faster for all the solution inside the Office 365. So when I back up my OneDrive, right? OneDrive normally people are more very huge of data inside there. Yeah, especially like go for 100 or 200 GB or 500 GB over there. So when the backup, right, is take less than, I think, 10 minutes, they actually back up the whole user already. It's very fast. Yeah. Then they come up with all the data changes. You would know about the incremental backup, right? It's similar to that. It's a differential incremental backup. So actually they check on what is the changes. They only back up the changes. Yeah, on the next backup. Yeah, on the all after seeding backup. So you see that there are a lot of the commitment, right, from Vim, right? They give you a lot of these features coming up. So there are a lot more, but I don't want to share over here, boring everyone over here. So maybe I think I will go for the demo. It's more faster to show how easy the solution can be done. So let me unshare the screen. Okay. So I get ready my VM already. I will show my screen now. So let's say that I have a demo account over here. Everyone can see right now.
Yes.
Okay, this is my demo account Office 365. Yeah, so my user is called Megan. Yeah, this is my user. I log in with the user. Then I have my OneDrive. I have an email over here. I have my OneDrive over here. You see all my data files over here. Yeah. So everything is over here. I can actually to go in a very far, I mean good to use it and all this, right? So this is my user. Then let's say that I have another this is my backup server. Yep, this is my backup server. So this backup server actually sitting in Azure. So I'm using Azure and the block storage. So which I mean we are just now we talk. I mean we share about it. Right, this is the new features. So I use block. Yeah, this is the all the space I use and all this. So I only backup few of it. So this is what I'm do that normally that I will do the backup for Megan. Yeah, for every day 10 a.m. You can do a lot of setup. So how easy to configure certain people in my configuration? Right? We are not talking like very big solution backup. I do a lot like incremental policy and all this. There are a lot of setup I want to do. Normally, I think that if you go for like backup exec and any others backup solution out there, right? It's not easy to configure also. Yeah, you need to configure the policy, you need to configure the storage and configure a lot of things. So in here, right, it's very quite simple to do it. I mean, what we always do is actually that make it more simple and more simplicity. Everyone how just work. They want something to just work, right? So what we do here is actually that I want to, let's say that I want to add another backup into my, I want to create more backup job. Let's say I call it backup CK admin. Yeah, backup CK admin. Everything about CK in this user. So inside here, right, you can backup the whole entire organization. I don't care about who I am. I want to everyone go into it to backup. Yeah, but let's say that I'm not going to backup everyone. I only want to backup like CK only. Yeah, I can choose the user. I can choose a group. Yeah, certain group. Or you want to go for site, the SharePoint site and all this. So let's say I click on user. You will see that I will auto load, right, because I'm already at the organization into this backup solution already in my cloud. So it will auto get all the Azure AD information from the cloud. Yeah. So let's say that wait for a while, they load all the user come up. Okay, so you will see that all these users are in my Office 365. And let's say I want to only this user admin is CK. Yeah, I want to actually that only backup this one. So I add into it. Okay, so the process is all mean that actually I backup everything. Yeah, what is belong to CK, right, is actually that will be backup. So this is what we can choose. Let's say that I already add someone, but I want to backup only their email and archive. I don't want to backup their OneDrive or their SharePoint, right? So you can choose it. It's very flexible. It's all you need just only. I think that most of people over here are very good. Clicking around all these wizard, right? It's very easy. The next, then maybe you want to exclude something, exclude some object, yeah, in share file or maybe like OneDrive. You want to exclude something, you also can exclude it. But let's say we don't want to exclude. I want to back up everything CK have, right? So yeah, this is my proxy, is my server. So you can choose. I mean that let's say that you have a local storage. Yeah, you have a NAS, right? Synology. You can add into here. But let's say currently I just now with the version 4 come up with the backup storage, right? Object storage. So I can use this one. Yeah. So what they do, they actually need some cache file in this local VM. So it's actually that like about 1% or 2% the cache file I needed. So everything you put into the Azure storage block. So next, so this is what we do. I mean, the retention policy. Sorry, the backup policy, the frequency, right? So most of people would like to do once a day backup. Yeah, like all these 10 p.m. every days, and or you want to do like certain days only, like weekly backup and all this. But some customer asking CK, then my CEO, my CFO, my those are very high level manager, right? I want them to very fast backup, right? Maybe I need to like half hour or maybe 1 hour backup retention. I mean frequency. Because I don't want they have data loss at all. Yeah, it's minimal their data loss. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, you can have the every 5 minutes up to in this one. So for certain user, or even for whole organization also can. Yeah, it's up to you. Your setting, everything you control. Yeah, it's not like Office 365. They are give you the policy is very unclear. Don't know where is it, how they do it. You got no idea at all. Yeah, everything you control. You can put it back to your Synology. It's up to you. Yeah. So let's say that you have failed on the certain time, you can actually retry and all this. If you, let's say you want to have some window, I don't want to back up every day. I want to back up in certain hour, every 5 minutes in certain hour, right? You also can do it. Everything you can be very flexible to do over here. Yeah. So every day, every 5 minutes. So maybe let's say that I don't want Saturday or Sunday lah. Nobody working like Sunday. I don't want to use it. Everything I don't want. Yeah. So Sunday, I don't want to do any backup. Yeah, it can do that. Yeah, it really depends on how you want to do it. So after I click on this one, I want to create a job backup after I created this one. So I can click next, then I can create a backup. Yeah, do start this one. So the backup is very simple. It's next, and they come up with the backup. It's very fast done. But we don't. I mean, we don't wait for the backup and all this. So let's say that I go for Megan. I go back to Megan. I deleted something, right? Yeah, in my solution. So this is Megan again. So let's say that I have an annual report, I have all these business card, and there are a lot of file inside here. This is actually HR. Megan actually belong to HR. So there are a lot of all these private security data they need to actually to be in backup. So I know that email people are talking about, yeah, can I back up email and all this? Yeah, I mean since version 1 they already come out, but people are looking at more like OneDrive. Let's say today we try OneDrive, we don't want to try email. I know that email is a bit boring for you guys to know how easy or how easy is it to back up and restore your email. But let's say OneDrive, we're talking about big data and huge data. Yeah. So let's say I got a lot of file over here. I got 4 files. I mean annual report, audit report, broken pipe, and all this business card, right? So all these files belong to Megan. So I accidentally delete it in my laptop. So let's say I do it something like this, I deleted. So yeah, when you deleted something in the OneDrive, right, you always can go back to recycle bin here to retrieve it. But let's say after 90 days, right, I simulate a point that even 90 days you deleted and you suddenly want to find back the things. Yeah. So even in cycle bin, so now, okay, what you can do next is I call Microsoft. Yeah. So, okay, the user call to the admin, I want to discover something, the file, Megan call to IT that tells I want to have another file that actually that in 4 months back and 6 months back or 1 year back. So how should I get it? Then the IT guys will actually, or the IT admin will be like a bit like struggling there already. Yeah, I need to call Microsoft already. I need to find Microsoft already. But Microsoft SLA tell you that you already deleted after certain day and recycle bin I cannot retrieve anymore. They will give you a lot of their SLA. Yeah. So so if in this case, right, I mean that you have a policy for 7 years of data retention policy. So yeah, especially banking line or insurance line of Malaysia bank policy, they always have this kind of policy. How should I restore back the 5 year or 7 year data even if I delete it? It's not on email. We're talking about like OneDrive, so it's very sensitive. And most of the time are not even email. You're talking about like OneDrive, SharePoint, and all this. They store a lot of data inside, and how do you retrieve it? Yeah. So let's say that now I go back to my server. Megan, see how fast is the backup? The CK. Yeah. So you see that over I right click on the job, right? I can actually to start another job or another backup, another round of backup, or wait for the schedule I do. But let's say that I have I want to restore now. So they actually by default they get a check. I mean you can restore your email, your SharePoint, and your OneDrive. Yeah. You can choose your point of time or your state. So which date that you want, which backup that you want. Let's say which date that you have backup, you can go back. Let's say Monday one, I want to go back to a Monday one. I can choose on the Monday. Let's say you have a lot of back data, you can always go back to the previous one. Yeah, it's how easy it was. So let's say that I don't want the I don't know what is the file being deleted, right? There is very something that show all version or item that modified by user. They also can do something like that. But I want to show the item that only has been deleted by user. Yeah, I don't want to see the whole things. Is it possible or not? So it's actually that you can choose it and all this. Yeah, you can next and see the whole things. But I don't want to go all the way and do all this advanced restore. I do a very simple restore. The sound I already deleted. Right? I have a yesterday backup. Yeah, the Wednesday backup. So I go back to my OneDrive. I scan all my OneDrive. I mean the latest RPO, right? The yesterday RPO. So in Megan backup, right? They have I already restored Megan. So you will see all your OneDrive data is over here. Yeah. So I don't want to restore everything. Megan tell me that I only need for my financial report, which I deleted 4 months ago. Yeah. So even just now a business card I deleted, right? I can actually to control it, which file I want to do a restore. I right click on it, I can restore. So the first option, right, is actually restore back to the cloud. Yeah, you can overwrite if the file is still there. I want to have another copy. I can use the keep, and if I don't want to accessing copy is actually corrupted, then I can overwrite it. Or even you want to copy a file out, right, to your desktop over here, this machine, and send it to other user. Yeah, let's say that this user already resigned, right? I already resigned, and my policy, the director want to actually this executive HR, right? I need the file from her, but she can't access it anymore, and we deleted the license, everything is not there anymore, right? So I want to restore some file from the OneDrive that she using. Yeah, how should I do? Yeah, so you can actually from here you can copy it, save as a zip and send it via email to them also can. Yeah, or maybe copy to their to the file server. Yeah, ask the boss to go in to access the file that in the zip file. Yeah, you can send via email also. You can click on this option. But let's say I go back to the cloud. The license is still there, the user is still there, just only want me to restore. She want to go back to field version. Yeah, so I go to override it. So you still need the admin, right? Either the user own restore, or you have the global admin, right, to actually to do the restoration. Yeah, so I'm the admin, then I go for restore. So I was restoring 2 files. One business card and one my annual report. Yeah. So now it's connecting the cloud, then it's restore file. You see the restore one file is very fast. Yeah, it's not like taking about like 2 hours, or wait for the tape come back 4 months ago and 5 months ago, then wait for another day for data loss, right? So all this will be covered in the cloud. It's very fast and all this.
Those who are interested, can you get hold of Shah, and Shah will actually take down your requirement, and will share you how you actually get these free subscription licenses.
Yep. And maybe you can move to the context.
Yep.
Okay, so you can reach, if you are in KL, Klang or Selangor side, you can reach our clinic there, which is the Huns. And if you are in Selatan here, which is in Johor, you can reach me at those contact, and you can email me for the inquiry. So we can have an offline sessions or the one-to-one discussions.